So this one is could be a very confusing problem if you guys don't read the entire graph. So let's go over it, guys. We have a student uses a blend of dark roast beans and light roast beans. So these are beans for coffee. You can make them dark or you can make them light. It all depends on the flavor that you want. Well, when they bought these coffee beans, she wanted a total of 80 kilograms in total. But here's the thing. Dark roast beans cost $3 per kilogram, while light roast costs $2 per kilogram. And the total money she has available to spend is $220. It's a lot of information, but if you set it up, you'll be fine. So look at the following. Because we're talking about two types of coffee beans, we call them the X and the Y. We always do that first. Understand what's your X, understand what's your Y. We're also discussing quantity. There was an equation for quantity because you cannot go over 80 kilograms or less. This person wants exactly 80. Well, we know that X is coffee beans, dark roast. We know the Y is light coffee beans. And when you add them, whatever amount it is, it has to be 80 kilograms, correct? Now look at the bottom one. This one's all about the money. It has to be equal to $220. And we know that this is X is the dark roast. So however many you buy, you multiply it by 3 because it's $3 per kilogram. For the light roast, however number you buy, it's $2 for every kilogram. And I know it has to give me 220 because that's my total. So once we have this information, guys, we are able to look at the graph. So now, this graph, the X represents what is the dark roast beans, and the Y represents the light roast, the different types of coffee beans. You guys have to understand what each letter represents. Well, let's look at letter C. At letter C, look where it stands. It's only on the green line. And what does the green line stand for? Look, it's 3x plus 2y equals 2, supposed to be 220 right here. Sorry about that. 220. Well, what does that one stand for? This one is for quantity. That's right, quantity. So when we check letter C, that means we have the right quantity. We have the right quantity. But look at the blue line. This one is the weight. Well, since letter C is not touching blue too, then we have the right quantity, the right money. Sorry, we have the right money, but we have the wrong weight. You see, because it's not touching the blue line as well. Look at letter D. Letter D is touching the blue line, which is the weight. So we have the right weight, but since it's not touching the money line, we either went over money or we have under money. We don't have the right amount. Look at letter F. Is it touching either line? No. So we neither have the right amount nor we have the right weight, the right money or weight. Notice how the point is way below the lines. So this is actually less money and is actually less weight because it's below the lines. If it was above, it will be over and over, but it's below. Now let's look at letter E, perfectly touching both lines. That means that we're touching the right amount of weight and we are touching the right amount of money. So to really get $220, we need to get how many coffee beans for dark roast? 60. And we need to get how many coffee beans for light roast? 20. 60 kilograms plus 20 kilograms, that's 80 kilograms. That's what we wanted. And the price, if you multiply dark roast by 3, that will be 180. Plus, if we multiply the light roast, 20 times 2, isn't that 40? And when you add those, isn't that $220? That's how you check that you got the right amount and you got the right money. Kind of confusing, guys. It's just about looking at the graph.